The Cabinet's draft for the capital gains tax has been submitted to the legislature for review. Finance Minister Christina Liu paid a visit to Legislative Yuan President Wang Jinping on the 3rd to seek support. However, a high percentage of lawmakers remain opposed to the tax, and multiple versions of the same bill have been drafted. Many ruling party lawmakers say that the time is not right for the introduction of the tax, and it is unlikely that the draft will be passed during the current legislative session.
According to reports, even ruling party lawmakers are considering a technical boycott of the Cabinet's new capital gains tax draft. On the 3rd, Finance Minister Christina Liu paid a visit to Legislative Yuan President Wang Jinping to seek his support. Liu hopes that the tax can be reinstated gradually to minimize its impact, and also opposes the Chinese National Federation of Industry's proposal to scrap the tax and instead raise the securities transaction tax. Multiple versions of the same bill have been drafted, including versions by KMT legislator Zeng Juwei, KMT legislator Lai Shibao, the DPP's legislative caucus, and DPP legislator Xu Tiancai. The DPP and Xu's drafts focus on taxing bulk transactions. As the current legislative session closes at the end of the month, it is unlikely that the Cabinet's draft can be passed before then. Strong opposition from the securities industry, investors, and corporations may also prove to be an obstacle in seeing the draft passed.
Although the electricity price hike will now take place in 3 stages, the public still believes that the state-run utility companies such as Taipower or CPC Corporation have room for improvement in their operations. Thus, Economic Affairs Minister Shi Yanxiang has indicated that the operating efficiency of those firms will be inspected. The government will determine whether their procurement practices are practical. Meanwhile, legislators have called for Taipower Chairman Edward Chen to step down. In response, Chen said that he will remain in his post to ensure that reforms be carried out.
The rise in electricity and fuel prices has led to a public backlash against state-run utility companies Taipower and CPC Corp. To deal with this issue, Economic Affairs Minister Shi Yanxiang presided over the second meeting of a task force to improve the operating efficiency of these 2 firms. The committee discussed whether the company's energy procurement practices were practical. Meanwhile, some legislators called for the resignations of top officials at these utility firms. In response, Xu said personnel issues would not be discussed at these meetings. On June 10th, the first phase of the increase in the price of electricity, 40% of the total increase, is set to take place. However, on June 1st, the rate will be increased to mark the start of the summer period, which means that in the space of 10 days, the price of electricity will increase twice. Thus, both legislators and members of the public called on Taipower not to raise the rate for the summer period. In response, she said this adjustment has been in practice for many years, and so they would follow the normal administrative process. The minister also added that the reviews of Taipower and CPC Corp will take longer than the expected 6 months to complete, as the government needs to respond to the concerns of society. A preliminary assessment will be issued at the end of June.
Earnings were down across the board for Formosa Plastic Group subsidiaries in April. Overall, the group's total revenues fell by 4.6% from the previous month. According to the company, no significant growth is expected in May due to extenuating circumstances, including plant maintenance and lagging demand in the European, American, and Chinese markets.
On May 3rd, the Formosa Plastics Group announced a decrease in earnings of 2.6 billion NT dollars for Formosa Plastics, 1.5 billion NT dollars for Nanya Plastics and Formosa Chemicals and Fiber, and 1.1 billion NT dollars for Formosa Petrochemical from March to April. Overall, the group's monthly revenues fell by 4.6% due to plant maintenance and weak European, American, and Chinese markets. According to Formosa Chemicals President Hong Fu-yuan, new market policies are unlikely in China before the next leadership shift. Furthermore, a peak season in the second quarter is not expected due to economic conditions in the American and European markets. In the short term, FPG's earnings may depend on whether demand rebounds after China's May 1st public holiday and whether China introduces new economic policies in the third quarter.
The prices of commodities have risen with the increase in fuel and the expected increase in electricity. The government has undertaken a series of measures to appease the public. Vice Premier Zhang Yihua, in his capacity as a convener of the Price Stabilization Task Force, has gotten 7 larger retailers to promise not to increase prices. In addition, 4 additional classes of products, including cookies, beverage, and frozen foods, were added to the list of items sold at the bargain corners. Moreover, the government will carry out additional spot checks in an effort to stabilize prices.
Last month, Vice Premier Zhang Yihua got 7 large retailers to promise not to increase prices. Thus, in these retailers' 1,088 stores all across Taiwan, there will be bargain corners selling affordable goods whose prices will not increase. These retailers have also implemented other measures to keep prices low for the consumers. Some are holding weekly specials for thousands of items, slashing prices by 30%. Others have announced that anyone who purchases 2,000 NT's worth of goods will get an additional 100 NT's worth for free. In addition, they have also guaranteed that the goods they sell are not irregular or expired items. The types of products sold in the bargain corners have also increased, so that they now include 12 types of daily necessities, including salad dressing, soy sauce, rice, noodles, cookies, beverages, and frozen foods. Meanwhile, the government will step up its price monitoring to ensure that prices remain stable. Nevertheless, consumers are not appeased and still worry about the effects of rising prices.
To encourage tourists to use public transportation, the Tourism Bureau has launched the Taiwan Tourist Shuttle Travel Service. Shuttles depart from Danshui and travel along Taiwan's northern coast, making stops at 12 popular tourist destinations.
More than 4 million tourists visited Taiwan's northern coast last year to see Yeliu's Queen's Head and sample local cuisine on Jingshan Street. As public transportation networks don't serve the area, most tourists had to drive. The Tourism Bureau has therefore launched a new Taiwan Tourist Shuttle Travel Bus service in an effort to reduce carbon emissions. Shuttles depart daily from Danshui and make stops at 12 popular destinations between Danshui and Keelung. Passengers pay just $100 for the 74-kilometer trip, which includes stops at Baisha Bay, Green Bay, 18 Lords Temple, and Teresa Tang Memorial Park. 6 different ticket packages are available to meet the individual needs and interests of tourists. According to the Tourism Bureau, the service will run during peak tourist season between May 1st and the end of the year and is expected to reduce traffic by 64,000 car trips while also alleviating weekend traffic congestion.
The National Taiwan University has formally established a Center for the Study of Intelligent Robots and International Automation Research. The center will work with leading research centers and universities from France. The goal for the next 5 years is to develop intelligent robots and industrial automation. NTU President Li Sichen says that the NTU Research Center will help to promote NTU as one of the top 50 universities in the world.
The robot Einstein plays the host to announce the National Taiwan University's new research center for intelligent robots and international industrial automation. This marks the first time Taiwan has teamed up with top research centers and universities from France. The goal is to turn creativity and research in automation and robotics into technology for the industries. NTU already ranks among the top 100 universities in the world, and the university president hopes the new research center will push NTU to the top 50 list. Acer founder Stan Shi says that in the past, many university research results are not applicable in the markets and make no contribution to the economy. It is a great idea to keep applications in mind before research begins. In fact, intelligent robots and industrial automation are applicable in a wide variety of businesses and have been the top priority for advanced industrial countries such as Japan, France, and Germany. Other experts, however, believe that Taiwan should focus on medical care and entertainment services, which have the best chance to create economic value for Taiwan.
And just recently, during an education seminar, the Humanistic Education Foundation pointed out that many people in Taiwan have misconceptions about the Star High schools. People believe that Star High School students have a better future with higher chances to get into first-rate colleges. This myth harms junior high school students who feel that their only goal in life is to study for entrance exams.
When the Taipei Jianguo High School released its admission list for the test-free application phase, many parents who found their sons on the list captured the exciting moment with cameras. Once in a parents' forum, the National Alliance of Parents Organization Honorary Chair Gordon Xie asked why children must strive to attend Jianguo High. The answer was its high admission rate to top universities such as the NTU. Some parents believe that it's more efficient to group together students with high academic achievements. Others are proud of their children attending the #1 Jianguo or Taipei First Girls High School. The Humanistic Education Foundation chairman Shi Ying disputes the efficiency claim and points out that 90% of the students from the top schools attend tutorial classes outside the schools. Nevertheless, the Star High School myth continues, and junior high students are often divided based on their test scores. The Humanistic Education Foundation says that the greatest challenge for the 12-year compulsory education is the long-standing myth among students and parents that place academic advancement above all other personal development. Although the two Star High Schools accepted some students during the test-free phase, many students still hope to score high on the entrance exams to be admitted for the remaining spots.
The 2012 Junior Chamber International World Congress will take place in Taipei at the end of November. Thus, JCI Taipei President Zhang Yuanxiang took advantage of a visit to the Overseas Compatriot Affairs Commission to promote the event. Meanwhile, Minister Wu Yingyi encouraged JCI Taiwan to expand its network.
The delegation from the Junior Chamber International Taiwan, led by its president, Sean Y.H. Chang, paid a visit to the Overseas Compatriot Affairs Commission. There, the visitors met up with OCAC Minister Wu Yingyi and chatted about how the JCI came to be founded. Chang also took the opportunity to inform OCAC officials about the upcoming Junior Chamber International World Congress, which will take place in Taipei from November 18th to the 23rd. During the meeting, JCI Taiwan representatives also promised to set up a program to facilitate the return of overseas compatriots studying abroad to Taiwan to work and establish their own businesses. In this way, JCI Taiwan has included 5 special awards for Chinese youth in their 10 Outstanding Young Persons Awards for 2012. Wu was very impressed with the initiatives of the organization and said he also hoped JCI Taiwan can enlarge its network to incorporate overseas compatriot youth.
Director Lin Fuqing's new film, Jumping Boy, was shot in his hometown, Tainan. Lin recently invited elementary school students from remote area schools to more than a dozen showings of the film, which was well received by the students.
Students excitedly rush off the bus and into the movie theater. Many of the students have never been inside a movie theater before and were therefore fascinated by the giant screen. Jumping Boy director Lin Fuqing worked with remote area elementary schools to bring students to movie theaters to watch his new film. Afterwards, he held a mini press conference and answered the children's questions. Lin said that he was greatly pleased by the enthusiastic reaction of the students and that he hopes to pass the spirit of Jumping Boy onto audiences. Before returning home, the students received autographs and posed for pictures with Lin. In short, it was an unforgettable experience for the young children.
请女主角问最后一个问题。
第一次约会，那你们会想要做什么呢？
我们可以开车，享受驾驭感；我们可以骑车，享受速度；
我们可以散步，享受浪漫感。
The Taroko Gorge are awestruck by the sheer cliffs and majestic landscapes that make this one of Mother Nature's grandest masterpieces. Shrouded in mist, Taroko Gorge is a paradise on earth that never fails to amaze. Even during the dark days of summer, visitors can enjoy the cool shade of the gorge, where gentle breezes and flowing water dispel the heat. Starting at the Shakaran River, walk along the carved-out trail and become one with the natural surroundings. The craggy cliffs stand tall, forming a natural barrier to the elements and making this the most popular trail in Taroko National Park. However, the crystal-clear blue waters of the Shakaran River are the main attraction. They seem to hold a mysterious world that has yet to be explored and is arguably the most beautiful spot in the whole park. Hiking further up the gorge, one can still hear the sound of rushing water below. The gorge itself looks as though a giant screwdriver had been used to cut out twists and turns in the rock. Beauty lies behind every corner and the scenery changes every few feet. This rugged beauty is a prime example of nature's awesome power. The Taroko National Park has something for everyone, whether they're interested in ecology, geology, culture, or education. Visit the park to explore the deep-cut gorge that was millions of years in the making. Come experience the beauty of Taiwan.
你好，我是致富密码的主持人张秀曼。台湾因受到少子化的冲击哦，幼稚园这一行啊，这几年蛮惨的哦，很多幼稚园都收起来了。但是有一家敬宝儿婴幼教育系统啊，却逆势成长，因为他们开创了一条别人不敢走的路，就是专攻0到3岁的幼教市场。致富密码将邀请敬宝儿的创办人来分享他如何在少子化的冲击下，在幼教市场中站稳脚步。
Welcome back to Inside Taiwan. The Overseas Compatriot Affairs Commissions opened the 12-day marketing strategy course for brick-and-mortar storefronts. Apart from lectures on location, design and planning, pricing, and sales techniques, the course also offers a look at current trends in online marketing.
The Overseas Compatriot Affairs Commission's marketing strategy course for brick-and-mortar storefronts is aimed at improving the marketing abilities of overseas Chinese businesses. 60 students from 28 nations registered for the 12-day course. During the opening ceremony, OCAC Deputy Minister Xu Zhenrong discussed economic trends in Taiwan and asked students what they most hope to gain from the course. Apart from lectures on branding and image, product pricing, and sales techniques, students will also go on field trips to a variety of businesses, including franchise restaurants, hypermarkets, domestic merchandise stores, infant apparel stores, biomedical pharmacies, and sporting goods stores. The course also includes classes on online marketing with smartphone apps.
What should be the diet for senior citizens in order to maintain their health, especially those who live alone? Taichung City Hongdao Senior Citizens Welfare Foundation and the Yongling Foundation have launched the Lunchbox effort to take care of the disadvantaged seniors and those who live by themselves. Over 20,000 lunchboxes have been provided for the last 3 years.
With Dahlia Zheng, wife of Foxconn Technology Group CEO Terry Guo, serving as the chef's assistant, Master Aji Chef demonstrates healthy and easy-to-prepare meals for the seniors. Due to different schedules, many elderly people eat alone even if they live with children or grandchildren. For convenience sake and to save money, seniors tend to eat pickled or excessively salty foods, which are not good for their health. The mature adult lunch boxes provided by the Social Welfare Foundations are appreciated by the seniors. For the past 3 years, over 28,000 healthy lunch boxes have been provided by the Taichung City Hongdao Senior Citizens Welfare Foundation and the Yongling Foundation to serve disadvantaged seniors and seniors who live alone. Custom lunchbox menu and delivery services cost the foundations 300,000 NT dollars per month for food and labor. The high cost makes it hard to convince the lunchbox industry to provide the quality foods for seniors who can afford their own meals. The foundations hope that through promotions by the master chef, more lunchbox companies will provide healthy alternatives to serve the senior population.
Despite the rain, Taipei Philharmonic Orchestra has come to Taitung County's Haiduan Township to play an outdoor concert for the residents in this remote town. The musical group from Taipei was welcomed by the students from the Haiduan Elementary School playing ocarina music.
Accompanied by clapping hands from kindergarten children, the Taitung County Haiduan Elementary School students played ocarina music to welcome the Taipei Philharmonic Orchestra. Guanshan Township Living Arts Association and the Lions Club, which helped to organize the event, said that musical events are needed in remote regions as much as urban cities, as concerts enhance musical literacy for the audience, and music is good for the souls of everyone. While the Taipei Philharmonic Orchestra fiddled a famous canon, children and adults alike listened attentively under the trees inside the Haiduan Elementary School playground. Students are pleased to have such a rare opportunity to hear live performances from professional musicians. Due to the rain, which could damage wooden instruments, the concert had to end early. Amid the audience's cheers, the orchestra promises to come back to the Haiduan Township for more concerts in the future.
Although the Hakka population of Zhanghua's Fengyuan Township is not sizable, the local government has long promoted Hakka cultural activities. It has organized Hakka folk song classes to allow residents to learn how to sing Hakka songs. In recent years, it has also planned activities in conjunction with the Hakka Cherry Blossom Festival, hoping to spur local tourism.
The students perform a traditional Hakka song up on the stage, and they receive a warm round of applause when they finish. Only 3 of the students in this folk song class are actually Hakka, but everyone is committed to learning more about this art. This dedication helped lead them to a good showing at a national singing competition. This is one of the many Hakka-related activities in Zhanghua's Fengyuan Township. Another is the Hakka Cherry Blossom Festival, where each year crowds of tourists show up to view the flowers, helping the development of the local tourism industry. To ensure that the tourists have a memorable experience, the local government planned a series of concerts so that visitors could view flowers in the daytime and listen to music at night. As there are not many Hakka residents in the township, and many of them do not speak the Hakka dialect, the local government hopes these types of activities will help to raise the self-confidence of these Hakka persons, as well as spur interest in the language, as well as tourism to the area.
The Fuyuan community in Taidung's Beinan Township has a 70-year-old long history. As a lack of water resources limited its agriculture ambitions, many left the area to seek their fortunes elsewhere. In order to revive the community, a group of local residents is promoting tourism to the area and planting crops resistant to drought, such as lemongrass or Chinese bayberry.
The Fuyuan community is located about 10 minutes away from downtown Taitung City. It is situated 300 meters above sea level at the tail end of a coastal mountain range. To the east is the Pacific Ocean, to the south are the plains of Taitung, and to the west is the Huadong Basin. 2 years ago, the community constructed a viewing platform on the hilltop, and as a result, more and more tourists are visiting the area. The terrain is filled with mudstone, and so the soil is arid and dry. It is not suitable for growing cash crops, and so local residents can only raise chickens and sheep. Recently, these businesses started closing one by one due to the economic depression, and many young people left the area to seek their fortunes elsewhere. In the past, the population exceeded 1,000. Now there are only about 300 residents left, and they struggle to eke a living however they could out of the terrain. It was a difficult life, so 3 years ago, residents decided to experiment with planting crops resistant to drought, such as Chinese bayberry. This experiment has borne fruit this year. The residents say that 50 years ago, large amounts of lemongrass were grown here for export to Japan. Afterward, demand dropped, and so the industry experienced a decline, and farmers stopped growing lemongrass. Now they have decided to try planting lemongrass once again, and it has proven to be successful, as they are selling not only the plant, but also lemongrass nectar. In this way, the community has found a way out of its predicament. Fuyuan also received government subsidies to develop the rural area. However, out of the 1,000 hectares that comprise the community, more than 90% belong to Taiwan Sugar, and there have been disputes over land in the past. Residents are currently appealing to the government to give the land to them so that the future existence of this hilltop village can be ensured.
走进花菜干，仿佛回到乡下的外婆家，古老的收藏，儿时的记趣，一一映入眼帘。瞧，大童宝宝、怀旧唱片、古老的杂货店招牌、板凳、碗盘，还有传统的澎湖菜。为什么要叫花菜干呢？因为澎湖以前物质生活比较差，有收成时便将农收腌制风干，所以澎湖有花菜干、鱼干、小管干等等，都是道地的澎湖味哦。
在修任何一张作品的时候原则就是你一定要尊重别人的作品，怎么做才能够把它本身的特质带出来。有些人会觉得我们很傻，但是有些事情就必须要有人出来做，否则我们的艺术没有办法传到下一代。你要做一样东西之前，到最后请求我们自己的根。
Welcome back to Inside Taiwan. Let's check out some art and cultural exhibitions around Taiwan. That's today's Inside Taiwan. Hope you have a nice weekend. I'm Badagao Dalimana. We'll see you tomorrow.